Hello, our citizens. Welcome to Brain Education TV. Today, we're going to continue our strengthening practice for our legs, helping us to reduce pain and grow the strength that makes our day-to-day movements more manageable. We're going to take a few of the flows that we've learned in the past and put them together to challenge our mind, challenge our body, to really improve our hips and our knees in this one. So let's get warmed up. Start to walk in place. So gently start to shift the weight side to side. If you can, lift the heels a little bit. Put the weight in the balls, the feet, and the toes. You want to give the earth a little hug with the toes with each step. Toes are very important for our balance. They're good to help hold us up. We want to move with the weight in the balls of our feet, outside edge, and in our heels. We want to keep the arches very strong. This allows us to alleviate some of the pain in the ankles, in the knees, and the hips. So you can start to move a little bit more. I want you to feel the current condition. Do your legs feel heavy, cold? And then as you start to move, they're going to change. They might feel a little warmer. They might feel more open. You might feel that you need to move a little faster. So every day, we need to check in with our body. What's our starting condition? What is our body asking for? And then how do we give our body what it needs today? Some days you feel strong and can do a lot. Some days we're a little tired and you just gotta do a little bit less. We need to challenge ourselves and breathe well, and then our practice really comes together. Good, so feel your body starting to move, starting to warm up. Good, find the balls of your feet. And then slowly start to stop. Really feel your stance. Balls of your feet toward your toes 1 degree. Feel the outside edge, feel the heels. Try to stack your bones, knees, hips, tuck your tailbone. We want the bones to do the work so the muscles can relax, and then we will build strength through those muscles to help support us. Good, so today we're gonna work on our lunge posture and our full balance posture and mix between the two. So it can be a little bit challenging visually first. I want you to focus on the legs, and then we'll get to the arms, and over time you'll become more and more beautiful. So we're going to start with a little bit of a wider stance. So I'm going to widen my feet out. Now some of you might be really strong and might want to get really wide, some of you less. If too wide is too hard, find the level that's right. So I'm going to come into a lunge. I'm going to bring my right knee to bend. I'm going to straighten my left leg. I want to feel this lunging posture. So now this right leg is going to stay. It's not going to move. Go from here into my full balance posture. So I need to shift my weight. I'm going to drag my toe over, and then I'm going to lift it off the ground into a full balance posture. Ooh. And then I'm going to come down. I want to keep my center over my foot, and then I want to reach out. Ooh. So if I keep my center over my foot, I can hold this leg up for a while, and then I'm going to set it down, and then I'm going to sink into that lunge a little bit deeper. And then I'm going to slide it in and then up. So my legs are coming down, out, and then I want to settle into my lunge pretty deeply. Good. And so now with my hands, straight leg gives me a straight arm. I want to push the palm away, pull the hand towards me. My other hand is going to bend, fingertips right next to my ear, elbow reaches, feel a stretch across your back. Good, so feel the weight into that leg. So bent arm, bent leg, straight arm. Good, and then as we come into our balance, we're gonna bring our hands up into a little bit of an X, and then we're gonna drop the left hand, raise the right hand. Good, so now we have that balance posture. As I change, I'm gonna come down, step out, crossing my hands, and then find my posture again. So lunge into balance, up, and then switching my hands. So as I inhale, I start my movement, sinking and reaching, crossing. As I exhale, I extend into the posture. As I inhale, I start to move, crossing, and then lifting. So lifted leg, same side hand is down. Try to touch the ceiling and the floor. Good. So now we're going to flow a little bit. Down, out, and then stretch. So you might find that your lunge gets bigger and deeper. you might feel that it gets a little bit harder to come up into the posture. So some of us might be a very narrow lunge, very tall lunge, and then maybe it's too hard to balance, so you might keep your toe on the ground. But as you do your best, you will find over time, maybe not in this session, but weeks and months, that it starts to get a little bit more fluid, a little bit more open. You're going to get a little wider and a little lower in your lunge. As you start to get more and more comfortable, you can start to create your own flowing movements. So I really focus on my balance. I really focus on the strength through my hips, my knees. Good. My ankles will start to wobble a bit. One more lunge. One more balance. And then coming in, coming back into our horse and settling down. Now, this right leg did most of the work, so it might feel a little heavier, a little different. Now we're gonna move into the left leg. I'm gonna slide myself just a bit so I have more mat to work with, and then I'm gonna shift my weight over. Bent leg, bent arm, straight leg, straight arm. Push the heel of the hand, pull the hand back. So we went through the talking on the first side, so now we're gonna get the flowing on this side. So from here, I'm gonna bring my leg in, crossing my hands, and then shifting. Right leg is up, right hand is down. As I inhale, coming in, stepping out, and then find your lunge. Narrow or wide, your body will kind of tell you. Good. Coming in and up. So you can sink in. You might get a little wider over time. So no matter where you're at, you can find a posture, a level that you can work on. Sometimes when I first started, I would use a chair in front of me and I'd keep my hand on it. So my hand on the chair would allow me to keep my balance. So the arms are beautiful, but they're not the priority. Here, I want to start to build the strength in the legs, be able to sink a little deeper, to be able to change my condition more and more. As I grow the strength, as I reduce the pain, then I can get more and more creative with my flows. I can experiment a little bit more. One thing that's mandatory as you start to change is you have to make it a little difficult so that you do fail sometimes. That's when you start to get on the edge where it's time to improve. So keep breathing well. The one tendency we'll tend to have is we'll stop breathing when we start to have a hard time. You want to try to keep it going. Good. One more lunge. One more balance. And then as we come back down, settle into your horse. Find your feet under your shoulders. And now feel the weight. Can you feel more grounded? Can you feel warmer? Can you feel maybe some of the joints are a little wobbly? That means you're building a new knee brace. You're building a new ankle brace, and you eventually will have a lot less pain. So now you might feel a little heaviness, prepared to be soreness. We want to start to rinse a little bit, so just a little bouncing. So after the work, I want to help to recover. I want to bounce the knees, the hips. I can bounce the heels a little bit extra if I need a little extra vibration. Breathing. The sweat comes up, so that means you're doing a really good job. If you're wobbling a lot, that means you're right at that level where you're going to really start to change and make your life a lot easier in terms of getting up and getting down, walking and moving. Let's take a little kicking, shake those legs out. Some of you want to kick kind of hard, some of you gentle. So just doing a few of these movements from each side can really start to build strength. Start with 5 on each side, 10, 15, 20, and give yourself a chance to really change. Now, settle your feet in. Good. Feel your new legs. Press the earth, open your knees, tuck your tailbone. Legs probably feel more solid, upper body light. No thinking when it's challenging. So it's a moving meditation that really allows us to change body and mind. So we'll wrap up our practice today. Feet together, hands on your abdomen, and thank you. To deepen your practice with brain education, check in the description and sign up for our email